What if business weren't just about profits, but about progress for people, planet, and purpose? Through our Aim to Flourish program, students are discovering real enterprises doing exactly that. Hello, my name is Megan Buchter, and I'm the Executive Director at the Fowler Center for Business as an Agent of World Benefit at the Weatherhead School of Management at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. The Fowler Center exists with a vision of a world where business prospers, human beings thrive, and nature flourishes. One of our key initiatives at the Fowler Center is the Aim to Flourish program, which collaborates with professors and universities worldwide. Through this program, students interview business leaders and social entrepreneurs from companies they admire and write stories highlighting how business is a force for good in the world. These stories are published on the Aim to Flourish website, highlighting transformative business innovations that rise to meet today's challenges and pave the way for a flourishing tomorrow. Additionally, every year we honor stories through our Flourish Prizes, a recognition to celebrate bold innovations that don't just respond to change, but anticipate what's needed for a flourishing world. With the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as our compass and an ever-overlapping ecosystem of needs, health, environment, inclusion, economic well-being, the Flourish Prizes are awarded in 5 thematic categories, each reflecting a critical area of focus. Health, well-being, and human development. Sustainable societies and economies. Climate action and environmental regeneration. Social inclusion and innovation. And catalysts for change and collaboration. Welcome to our Aim to Flourish speaker series, where we bring you the stories of leaders and innovators from around the world, a way to celebrate our Flourish Prize honorees who have dared to do business differently. This series is about more than ideas. It's about impact. We're glad you're here. Let's begin. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited because today I get the chance to talk to Kelli Fisher from Spectrum Designs. Spectrum Designs is one of our Flourish Prize honorees for our social inclusion and innovation category. And so we're really excited by the work that they're doing in order to and demonstrate a more inclusive way of doing business and hiring. So Kelli, welcome to our show today. Welcome to the interview. We're really excited to have you. Myself and my colleague Ayushi, that's joining me here today, are really excited to interview you. And I'd love to just start off by having you tell us a little bit about what Spectrum Designs is and what their hiring model looks like and how they're really making a difference in the space of social inclusion.
All right, so Spectrum Designs is a custom palette and promotional products company, but we're different because we employ people on the autism spectrum, and that's the goal of Spectrum. And out of 84 employees, 73% of our team are on the autism spectrum. So we're very inclusive. We hire people all across the spectrum, and we work with people. Some people work part-time, some people work full-time. So we're very inclusive, and we work with every individual.
That's great. It's so nice to hear about like the really amazing work that Spectrum is doing. Can you tell us just a little bit about how you came to join Spectrum and then what you do at the company?
Yeah, so I started at Spectrum about 6 years ago, and I was struggling to find like meaningful jobs. I had one time I was on a job interview, and the employer told me he couldn't hire me because I didn't make eye contact. And then eventually I just had several like part-time like retail jobs, but they weren't necessarily fulfilling for me. And I'm on the spectrum myself. And then one day I was at a networking event, and I met one of the co-founders of Spectrum, and I was really intrigued by it because I loved that it was a company that employs people on the spectrum, and I've always wanted to be a positive influence for other people on the spectrum. So the fact that I found out that I could work with people on the spectrum and help other people and be a positive influence, it was amazing. So I started out part-time at our laundry service called Spectrum Suds. And then eventually, about 2 years ago, I started running the social media. And ever since then, our social media has been going viral, and we've been on the Kelli Collection Show, and it's been pretty awesome. And the great thing about Spectrum is they like to promote from within. While I necessarily didn't have a degree in social media, they saw my potential and they gave me an opportunity to grow. And I've had several promotions from within. So Spectrum really sees the potential in their employees, and that's what's great about Spectrum.
That's so great. What a great story. I'm so glad you told us about how you discovered the company at this networking event and then were really able to grow with the organization. I feel like anymore, like being with a company for 6 years, like that's not normal. So it's, you must feel really good there because most people only
Yeah.
stay with a company for a little while.
No, yeah, Spectrum really cares about their employees, and it's great. Like if they have a job opening, they try to see if anyone from the that works at the company now would be a good fit, and then they offer it to them instead of just posting a job description outside. So it's great that they really care about their employees and they want them to grow with the company. And we have several employees that, like, one of our employees, Evan, he started out as a production assistant part time. And before that, he was just working at like an animal shelter. And like, he never thought that he would like live on his own. And now he's the head of a department. So, like, Spectrum really sees people and gives them opportunity and makes them feel like they're valued.
That's so wonderful, Kelly. Like you started with sharing your story of fulfillment and how you came to join Spectrum, and then you also shared like with one of the colleagues' experience that how like each individual over there is feel fulfilled, and I think that's the reason that testifies that I think the people those who are joining this company they stick around, they stay there because they feel valued and important. My question is like, do you have any hiring policy, or how do you kind of like find these people who can come and join your cause, or if they are like, I mean, is there any policy around it? How do people can reach out to you and can work with this company?
Well, we have like job openings like any other company, and for the hiring process, they're pretty like open that they hire neurodiverse employees, and they ask before you're interviewed, like, do you need any accommodations? How can we make the interview process better for you? So from the beginning, they really care about the employees. And the best part about Spectrum is they don't just employ people on the spectrum. One of my best friends works for Spectrum, and he is not on the spectrum, but like they hire people that they can tell that have the good personality and are able to work with all different types of people, because you never know what you're going to expect when you work with neurodivergent adults. So yeah, Spectrum just they make sure they hire good people, but also people that have the skills or the potential. And
That's
if
so
and if we do have any openings, it's always on our website, and people can always submit their resume on our website so we can keep it on file. So if we are opening, we can look at the resumes. Because the one thing about going viral on social media is great, but then there's so many people that are like, I need jobs for my sons, or I wish I had a company like this near you. So so we definitely like to keep our open minds, and we keep the resumes on file. So like, let's say we're hiring for a graphic designer, and then we see someone has sent in their resume with a graphic design, then we'll reach out to them. So Spectrum is pretty good with their hiring.
thank you, Kelly. Like you replied it, like you explained it wonderfully.
Thank you.
And yeah. Can you also share like what is the inspiration behind this business? We read the story and we know like CEO is Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
and but there are some other co-founders as well.
Yeah.
So could you like tell our community what was the inspiration behind like founding Spectrum? When was it founded, and how it has grown now?
So Spectrum Designs was founded in 2011, and it was founded by two moms of autistic kids and one guy that was a camp counselor at the summer camp that they went to. And the one thing that the mom always said is after 21, after they age out of the school system, there's not much for autistic adults and there's not many resources. And they wanted to make somewhere for their sons to be able to go. And so Patrick was very close to one of the mom's kids. And then eventually they started in a backyard barn in 2011 in one of the co-founders' backyards. They decided to make shirts because they figured everyone needs shirts, and they didn't know that it would grow to be over a $7 million company today. So it's great. So it's a nonprofit, and all our proceeds go back into the mission of employing more autistic people. So yeah, it was started out in 2011, and they didn't know that it would end up becoming so big. And then eventually Patrick became the CEO, and now we have 2 locations, one in Pleasantville, New York, and one in Port Washington, New York. So it's just great that it's grown, and we get to work with companies like Google, Uber, J. Crew, but also like the local high school team or like a local coffee shop. So it's great that we work with companies all over the country and all over the world, but also a lot of local businesses as well.
That's great, Kelly. That's lovely. I think the company that has grown, like maybe started from a backyard and then now it's like a
Yeah,
full grown 7 USD. Like, so congratulations to you and your
yeah.
team a lot
Thank
on
you.
that.
It is amazing.
Indeed, indeed. On that note, I just wanted to in fact, ask you about the viral video. And like you shared that you started at the production, the laundry unit, and then you moved to
Hmm.
the social media, heading social media for this company. And you
Yes.
have been phenomenal. You are very bright and cool. Where and how did this video went viral? And how did you think of this idea of kind of making this video? And I'm sure like it's an inspiration to many more
Hmm.
businesses and many more people who are out there seeing it. So would like to hear more about that video.
So the
I've seen
thing,
that video.
oh, thank you. Thank you. It is a
I
great
found it
video.
very cool. So that's why I was like, okay, when I'm interviewing you, that's one question I have to ask you.
Thank you. So the one thing that I always thought stood out about the company from the moment I started was the people. We employ so many great people and so many different people, diverse people, different personalities. And I always thought that we need to highlight them more on the social media. I feel like in the past, we didn't highlight the employees to the best of our potential. So then I had a video idea to highlight as many people as possible. So then I made like a script, and then I like broke it down. And some employees are obviously better at saying more words than others. So I just picked people to say different lines, and then I filmed it. I made sure to get like diverse employees, like girls, guys, different ethnicities. And then I was like, I'm going to make this video. And then I made the video, and it was funny because every week we have a meeting with like the executive team and a few other people. And when I showed that video, Patrick, our CEO, was like, it's okay. I don't really like love it, but I guess it's okay. And then now it's gone viral, and like over 30 million people have seen it. It landed us on the Kelli Collection Show. So it's awesome that while maybe the CEO didn't love something, he had faith in me. And that's one thing, good thing about Spectrum. They believe in their employees. So then the fact that he let me post that video and then it went viral, it like changed the trajectory for Spectrum. So that's another good thing about Spectrum is they might not agree with something, but they let you try it out, like that, posting that video, and it worked out.
That's great. I think this is a company. I mean, this is an organization. I would say that like have social inclusion not just in letter but also in spirit. Like your example, this story actually shows that. I think over to you, Megan. We will just ask our most favorite question, right?
Yeah, I will ask that question. Before I get there, my other question that I have is about well, two things actually. So first, I'm curious if Spectrum is working at all on maybe educating other companies in order to kind of use a similar hiring model, or like how are you maybe trying to like set an example for other companies to see that this is something that works?
That's what I try to highlight on social media, highlight the strengths of our employees and why it's good to hire them. So I do a lot of that on like the social media and educating people. And it's great because a lot of companies see the benefits of it. And it's great to show people that they might not think, because sometimes autism can be portrayed in the media like one certain way. But if you meet one person on autism spectrum, you met one person. There's so many different types of people. And that's the one great thing about Spectrum. So yeah, we try to like highlight Spectrum on social media and highlight the strengths of autism so other companies can see like we're a multi-million-dollar company and we're producing top-notch quality merch, but also we employ neurodivergent adults, and that's what makes us who we are.
Do you think that there are, because earlier you mentioned that, sometimes people from like outside of the New York area are like really interested in the company or working at the company. So, is Spectrum thinking of like ways that they could expand so that they can reach more people that want to work with them, or like work with other organizations to set the same model so that, the impact can scale and like more and more people can have jobs?
Yeah, so we just started like a licensing franchise model so that other other nonprofits that have a big following, they want to open a spectrum. So we just launched that, and we're going to be opening our first like franchise license model in Pensacola soon, and it's going to be about Global Connections to Employment is the company that is starting it's going to be GCE Designs. So we are starting that, and any like nonprofits that want to open a spectrum in their area, we have our model, and like they can reach out to us. We have a page on our website. So yeah, we did start doing that because we've had a lot of interest in that, and we hope to keep growing. And so yeah, we did start that. So people, if any nonprofits are interested in opening a spectrum in Chicago, California, wherever, we do have a model, and they can reach out to us for more information.
I think that's wonderful. I'm curious if you can also just tell us a little bit more about the impact, and that might be through maybe another story, or if there are specific ways that the organization is measuring impact, and really like seeing success.
So a lot of our employees that work here were told they would never have a job or own a paycheck, and now some of them are leaders. Some of them work multiple days a week. They're earning a paycheck. Some employees have got their own apartments or live in a house on their own. So that's like one of the biggest impacts. And like, it's great seeing all the parents like not knowing what would happen after their child graduates high school, and to see their child thriving at Spectrum. That's like one of the best impacts. And the parents to know that their kids are going to be okay, like Spectrum is going to be here for them. And it's great for me. Like before I started working here, I didn't know I would be able to work full time. And now I'm working full time. I have my own car. I'm independent. And it's just some of our employees started out part time, and now one of our employees, he's the head of a department. He got his first apartment on his own, and he supports himself. He doesn't have to rely on his parents. So it's just great. And even the employees that work one day a week, you should just see how much their confidence has grown, how independent are they, have friends here. Like everyone that works here is like excited to go to work. It like makes them happy. So just Spectrum is just a great place for people to come besides the paycheck.
I love this. Thank you so much. I think that that's so wonderful, and those are such good examples. And it's really amazing to see what the organization is doing, and we're really honored to kind of help share this story.
Thank you.
So we have one final question that we ask to all of the organizations and leaders and entrepreneurs that we interview, and it's kind of a weird one, but it's this. So imagine that tonight you go to sleep, and you have the best sleep that you've ever had because you sleep for the next 5 years. And when you wake up, it's 2030, and you go to Spectrum and you look at the organization, and it's thriving. It's everything that you ever hoped it can be. The world is exactly the way that you imagined. All of the most amazing things have been accomplished. What does that look like for you? What are you seeing? What are you really proud of? Just what does the future look like?
Well, I hope that we would have a Spectrum in every state so we can just employ more autistic adults, because there's not enough opportunities for people to thrive and grow and work. So I would just hope we had a Spectrum in every state so that more autistic employees can work, because that's the number one comments on our social media that it really gets me upset when people are like, I'm in Chicago and I can't find a job and I'm autistic, or my son is in California and I would love an opportunity for Spectrum like him here. So like if there was a Spectrum in every state, that would just make my dreams come true so we can help employ more autistic adults and give them opportunities.
That's amazing. I love this vision. And, it's important to like visualize the future we want so that we can move in that direction.
Yeah.
I loved hearing about Spectrum Designs and your story, Kelli. So I really appreciate you sharing kind of the personal details of how you found the company and how it's really impacted you. And so I just want to say, thank you again for taking the time to interview with us and to, spend the last 20 minutes talking to us. I am really grateful that like us here at the Fowler Center for Business as an Agent of World Benefit and Aim to Flourish get the chance to share stories like this because it's so important. And it's really part of like helping that vision come true that like we share these stories as far as we can. And then, eventually I think we will see organizations like Spectrum in every state and all over the world.
Thank you so much. It was a great talking to you both.
Kelli, we really enjoyed totally. Megan has already shared, but I mean, it's an absolute honor to speak to you. I have seen that video, but now like hearing it from you in person, I mean, over here directly, it was really, really very impactful. I wish Spectrum Designs and you all the very best. And I really wish and eternally hope that that wish of having Spectrum Designs in every state comes true. We need it. And I would say not just in US. I know a very close friend whose sister is on the spectrum, autism spectrum, and I know like how much is this special and incredible that you are doing. So I hope every country realizes this
hopefully
and
it's worldwide
these
too.
Opportunities.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Thank you, Kelli.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.